Hi folks, this is I hope the final Torelli recipe, or miscoats as we call them. I've changed a little bit. I'm going to try them. If they're delicious, I'll let you know. But hopefully, I can do this on YouTube, and I hope this is the final. So I've got the dry ingredients already here. There's dry and wet when you bake. So Karen, if you pan, this is 2 cups of all-purpose flour, which is I use just the Gold Medal all-purpose flour on this one, just like you normally would. This is 1 cup of semolina. And I happen to find semolina, you have to look around probably. SEMOLINA flour, #1 durum wheat. It's coarser. I don't know if you can see that, Karen, if you can pick it up, but it's a coarser grain and it gives it a little bit of texture. So I'm using the 2-to-1 ratio on this. Mom's recipe was for like 12 cups. This is 3 cups, so it's about a quarter of what she used to make. So that's 2 cups of white all-purpose flour, 1 cup of semolina, and into that goes 1 1/4 tablespoons of salt. This is kosher salt, but whatever kind you have is fine. 1 1/4 cup of that. This is a freshly ground pepper. It's coarse because I like it that way. I used about almost a full tablespoon of that. A little bit less than a full tablespoon because I like it peppery. So that's going to go in there. And this is aniseed. I've got a 1.25 tablespoons of aniseed in here. And that gets dumped in. This is the dry ingredients. And then I'm not proofing the yeast, just putting it in dry. And this is 1 regular package of active dry yeast. You can buy the bottles of it, whatever, and probably put, I don't know, or probably a teaspoon or something like that. I'm not sure how much is in that. But that's really doesn't matter all that much. So that's the yeast. Those are the ingredients that go in dry. I'll take a whisk and mix that up a wee bit so it's all kind of spread out all over. Okay. Now if you're a real great baker or somebody from Bari, you just do it right on a table or on a wood thing, but it's easier this way. So those are your dry things, and I really recommend doing a mise-en-scène like this. So you have all your ingredients already done. It took me a long time to prep this. It doesn't look like much, but clean up and all that takes a while. So you want that just ready to go. You've got it all done. You're ready. Now the important part, you're mixing. This is oil and wine. I just combined them. You want them about body temperature, 90 degrees, whatever. I put them in the microwave for 30 seconds or something like that. You don't want them cold, that's the only thing, and you don't want them hot. You want them basically tepid. Then you start in the center just adding your wet ingredients, just like you bake anything. If you make any kind of dough, you know what I'm talking about. I got the oil on top, which is okay. The wine gives it flavor. Just to mix it. And I should tell you the amounts on that one. I've got 3/4 of a cup of wine and 1/2 cup of oil.
White or red?
And it is white wine. So I don't think Mom used wine on hers because I don't remember ever seeing white wine in the house. But you could use water if you don't want to use wine. But wine gives it a little bit extra flavor, I think. You can see the dough's getting a little yellow. The oil's got a little color to it, and the semolina's got a little color to it. And what we're doing here, almost a mix. Sometimes you don't have to use it all. If it comes together, you don't have to worry about it. And this you just get a feel for. It's still a little crumbly, which is okay, because we're going to be kneading it. Yeah, just a little more, almost the whole thing. If you put too much water in, or too much liquid, then it becomes too gooey and too hard to work, and I'm just getting to that point. So save a little bit. You don't have to put it all in, even though I'm calling for that amount. While I'm doing this, I've got water boiling, because we're going to have to boil these. These are twice baked biscuits, basically. So we boil them, and kind of like a bagel, too. So they get boiled once and then baked, and I put the oven on At 750, this is according to Mom's instructions, and cook it for half an hour when we get to that point. I've got a convection oven, so you gotta kind of, see your oven, get a feel for that. Now that dough's come together, and it's ready to mix. So you need a little bit of flour, and I've got a smaller flour thing open here. I'm gonna put that down and start the kneading process. You can knead it for 6 minutes, 8 minutes. I like to go 10. And I don't know if you can see that, Karen. Put that here. Plop your dough down. And the fun part, you just knead it. So it's a little after 2:30. Why don't we go ahead and turn that off, Karen? I'm going to knead it for 10 minutes.